Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Foreclosure Deals Coach podcast. I am your host and Foreclosure Deals Coach, Donny Coram, thanking you every week for tuning in to the Foreclosure Deals Coach podcast. This is where we discuss educating you about building income and wealth with foreclosure investing. So please subscribe to this channel, follow, like, wherever you consume your content. I'm going to keep bringing you the best information about foreclosure investing available anywhere. And thanking you once again, for tuning into the show each and every single week. So today's title is that you have no idea how close you are right now to doing your first deal. So we always start with a mindset piece. And I want to let you know that everybody I talk to, I do a lot of coaching assessment calls, 4 to 5 coaching assessment calls a week, and I'm meeting with people, and nearly everyone I speak to via Zoom is about 3 feet away from the gold they're looking for in real estate investing. So the quote that comes to mind here is, most people have obtained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure. And I really feel that, because if I look back to when I was working in the IT world, okay, so I was working in a job I didn't like, had to support my family, had to pay the bills, much like you do, right, as a viewer of the show, but knew I wanted to transition in real estate investing. So I started focusing my effort on learning how to do deals. So I was smart about it, right? I was in the IT world. We dealt with like trouble tickets. So people were calling in, they'd have issues with the software that I was supporting, and I would cure the problem, recode the software as needed, send it over to QA for testing, and then let the client know, hey, we fixed that particular bug, you should be good to work. Well, see, I wanted to get involved in real estate investing, so I'd come in the morning all amped up about working on real estate, to be honest with you, but I would solve a bunch of trouble tickets by noon. This was my thing, to do more by noon than my counterparts who were also in tech support were going to do in the entire day they were working together. I knew I was just moments away from my first deal if I could just put in the effort required to find that deal. So I worked at it constantly, like mining for gold. Or in this graphic you're seeing here, you got 2 guys really close to finding diamonds, the wealth, the riches that they're looking for. But one guy is just, it looks like inches away, right? He is so close to hitting those diamonds. Well, that was me. I was so close to doing my first deal, then bam, I got in trouble at work and I got laid off from my job. And I went home feeling super defeated, like, man, I was this close to doing a deal in something I loved. And basically I got laid off from the job because I was focused too much, they said, on real estate investing, which I couldn't really blame them for. They were kind of right. Right? And I wasn't focused on the day job. I was still getting more done, but there I was without a job. I go home to my now ex-wife. I told her, hey, I got laid off. I'm sorry, I'll figure something out. And she said, that might have been the best thing that ever happened to you. And it turned out she was 100% right, because a few weeks after that getting laid off, I met my mentor and did my first deal by myself as a flipper. I had done a deal with a guy I was working with in the IT segment, but I stepped out after getting laid off, and I started to do deals consistently because that was what I felt like was my greatest failure at the time, was losing my job. So here's the takeaway that I want you to get from this. No matter what you're going through in life right now, if you are committed to becoming a successful real estate investor, if you know in your heart you're a deal hunter, and I know that to be fact because you're watching this show, because you're tuning in, because you're becoming a part of the community by joining the Facebook group and whatnot, then you are probably just 3 feet from gold. What are you missing? What's stopping you from taking that big step? In most people's cases, to be honest with you guys, it's the coaching. Right? For me, it came down to getting the coaching that I needed to find the deals that I was working with, to analyze those deals consistently and with a lot of confidence, to fund those deals by connecting with hard and private money lenders that want to fund deals for my students, walking through fixing you on those deals. I can get get you that you're so close right now. You have pretty much everything you need. I can get you to the next step in your real estate investing if you'll take the first step, schedule a coaching assessment call, and let's make sure that real estate coaching is the right fit for you right now. You're so close. I can feel it. I can feel that you're right there on the edge of doing that first deal. All you got to do to tip yourself over that tipping point is to understand how close you are and then take that one last step to the form of pushing with a coach that's going to make sure you make a minimum of a $25,000 profit on your first deal. Certainly there are going to be challenges. Certainly there's going to be stuff that's going to backstep you. Every client I've worked with has figured out. I actually had a client, they did a deal that they're going to make over $50,000 on it. And I asked the question, if you could do it all again, what would you do differently the second time around? Okay, you're going to love this response. I wouldn't have bought that house. Wow. Like, it was like getting kicked in the gut a little bit because I thought I had done a good thing by helping this person invest in real estate, get past their limiting beliefs. But the reality is what they figured out is this investing thing does involve some degree of work. Okay. But if you're mining for gold, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this process of getting rich in anything is somehow easy or convenient. If that is what you're looking for, you're in the wrong spot. But it can be done. It can change your life, and it can happen so much quicker than you actually think it can. I remember one of my clients who came in very financially equipped, okay? We met on Wednesday morning, did the coaching assessment on Wednesday morning. He had cash to deploy, so we worked together Thursday morning. I said, come down. I got a property I would love to put you in. I think it's a great fit for your skill set and your financial capabilities. Came down Thursday morning, saw the property, went under contract, literally closed the next day. 48 hours from signing up for coaching, this client is going to do a deal that's going to make him a minimum of $25,000 and a great deal more. So yes, you're going to have to stay focused to the end of it. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not easy money, but it can be done. The key is getting the right knowledge, skill set, and guidance to make sure it's going to work for you, okay? So we're going to discuss on this show, we've talked about a lot today, obviously, how close you are to doing your first deal. I'm going to spin over right now and show you one property. The title of the show is This One Property Can Make You Big Money in Real Estate Investing. And everybody just needs one property to get started. You are no exception. There's no big difference between you and the rest of the world. You just need that first property. So let's find it. To find it, we're going to hop into Privy as we do every week to really give you a feel for what's out there. Take a look. We go into Privy, and I already filtered this out for us a little bit. I'm looking in my general area, El Paso County, Colorado, for fix and flips that are priced at 75% or less with a list price of $300,000 or more. If you haven't done so already, I want you to stop what you're doing, head out to bit.ly/FTC Privy and get started with your own Privy account and learn how to find deals like I just did. This took me about 30 seconds to set up the filter, and it popped out 3 potentially viable deals in 30 seconds. So you're so close. Okay, it's not a lack of deals. It's not a lack of knowledge. It's that you're 3 feet from your goal, and you've got to take that step to get going. So here's an example of a deal that could make you big money in real estate investing. Now, what is big money? Well, I had somebody, had a client come in, or an email come in with somebody who's like, well, I only want to make $100,000 or more per deal. Hey, listen, I love that. I love the idea of making $100,000 every time we do a deal, but does it seem realistic to you? The reality is you have to learn how to walk before you run, and investors who are targeting the big money home run returns by finding $100,000 more spreads are also the investors when they get started that go broke relatively quickly. Okay, so you want to do deals that are affordable. Here's an example of a deal that could potentially make you money on the deal. Are we talking big money? Well, it depends. Right now, we're at $289 on the asking price on this property on Institute. We look at the comps that Privy helps us define here, and we've got comps that go as high as $376,000. Now, we got to figure out the remodel, but the good news on this property is it's only 1,000 square feet. So this is not going to be a terribly expensive remodel. Looking through it real quick here, I bet we could get this remodel done for $25,000 or so. So if we're buying this at asking price, and what I teach is how to negotiate properties below the asking price by leveraging the inspection items against the seller to put them in a position where they want to take less for the property so you'll get it off their hands, okay? But let's assume we pay asking price for this property at $289. So you got $289 purchase price. We add on $25,000 in repairs. So you're into this property for $315, and your best comp on this home is $376 on a property not too far away, because that's what Privy does for us. Here it is again, $376 on Rio Grande. Okay, it's approximately the same square foot, 956. We're actually a little bit bigger. Let's take a look at the inside so we know what our property needs to look like to get to this number, and hopefully they give us more inside photos. Here you go, but the carpet is okay, the paint is okay, the tile is okay. So what we've learned is we can make big money by going from $315 total investment on this property to a fully remodeled property that in this neighborhood right now is selling for $376. So you take the $376 you could get for it, subtract the $315 you're into it for, and you've got a gross spread of $61,000. Now, obviously, you have cost of funds, you've got commissions, you've got closing costs, but net, based on this quick analysis, you're going to make way more than the 25 grand, which for me is big money if you can do it consistently. How many of these deals can you, if I can find one in 30 seconds right here in my market, how many deals can you do a year? 1 or 2 at a time, 4 deals a year, 20 deals a year? In my best year in real estate investing, I flipped 47 houses in 1 year at an average profit of just below $40,000 per property. Do the math on that, guys. That is big money when you add it up. But we're not looking to knock it out of the park. We're not looking to put you into a deal that could be dangerous for you overall. Rather, we want to put you in consistent deals that can get you a consistent flow of income so you can use that income to build passive investments through real estate investing, through short sale buying and buy and hold strategies, okay? So the tactics today is use Privy to find your deal, but understand you are so close to getting into your first deal right now. I can taste it. If you want to go from being close to it and not giving up to actually doing your first deal, all that you are missing really right now is going to be getting started by getting a free coaching assessment where you and I are going to go over whether coaching is the right fit for you based on your economics, your mindset, your finances, etc. If we are a good fit, you may be less than 7 days right now, a week to 10 days from getting into your first deal. Okay, and I don't want to oversell this or give you unrealistic claims. I've got clients who are changing their life in real estate investing inside of a couple of days of signing up for the coaching. Why not you? Okay, so we found a deal today using Privy, and we can go anywhere. I often do Colorado examples, but I'm a big fan of Nashville, Tennessee, right? And the reason I'm a big fan, because it's a great music town. I'm a musician myself, so I love the idea of shopping for deals in Nashville, Tennessee. Maybe you're in Nashville. Maybe you're interested in investing in Nashville. In either case, we hop back into Privy here. We use the property to find properties that are 75% of value below 300 grand. And right away, we find a property listed for 225 that the comps say could be worth up to 320. Okay, so are we going to struggle to find you a deal? No, we are not. The question is, are you willing to take the first step? Are you willing to go find gold? And if you realize how close you are to finding gold right there in your market and you don't take action, it's because you are not ready for the big leagues of real estate investing. And that's okay. Okay? This is not for everybody. I'm not looking to make everybody out there a real estate investor. There's a particular breed of people who love this industry. They love the idea of changing their financial dynamic. They love the idea of bolstering their family tree with a strategy that can put big money in your pocket through real estate investing by focusing on buying below market assets and using a tool that I use every single day to find deals right here in my local market and in the markets of my clients all across the country that I'm working with. Okay, the only thing you're missing is that ability to get from that state of inaction. I talk to people all the time. They want this. They want to do it. They love the idea of investing. They have the capital. That's important. Yes, you can do this with little to no money out of your own pocket, but I'll shoot straight with you. If you've got capital to invest right now, it's going to go faster. It's just easier. Okay. And I work with people who are starting from zero, and I work with people who have a ton of money. In either case, the net result is the same. If you are committed to doing a deal, if you understand what it's going to take to do a deal, get the right mindset, understand how close you are, follow the same tactics that I use every single day to identify deals, and use the tools that make an investor's life much easier than it was when I was getting started so long ago, sitting in my office cubicle and hating my IT job. Okay, you can be the next success story. It's a matter of taking that first step, and I would love to have you. We're going to keep this one super short and super sweet today because I think you get the idea. There are deals in them hills, man. You are a few minutes away from the gold and diamonds and riches and financial freedom that you want to get from real estate investing, and I would love to be your coach to get started with that. Please click on the link, head out, get the coaching assessment done. Let's find out if it's right for you. With that, we're going to wrap up for today. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every single week to the Foreclosure Deals Coach podcast, where we educate you on the mindset, the tactics, and tools required to become a sophisticated real estate investor. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to get all the latest updates and join my Facebook group, become part of the conversation. You can even meet me weekly for a live free Q&A session where I will answer all of your real estate investing questions in real time and help you to take steps to become a top-notch real estate investor by getting started in foreclosure flipping. With that, this is Donny Coram, your Foreclosure Deals Coach, thanking you once again for tuning into the Foreclosure Deals Coach podcast and reminding you now and always, don't buy a house, buy a deal.